1. What is the primary purpose of the Operator Uninspected Passenger Vessel (OUPV) license? A. To operate vessels that carry no passengers. B. To operate vessels with fewer than 6 passengers. C. To operate uninspected vessels carrying passengers for hire. D. To operate inspected passenger vessels. 2. Under the OUPV regulations, how many passengers can an uninspected vessel carry? A. 4 passengers. B. 6 passengers. C. 12 passengers. D. 25 passengers. 3. Which of the following is not a requirement for obtaining an OUPV license? A. U.S. citizenship. E. At least 360 days of sea service. C. Completion of a Coast Guard approved course. D. A medical examination. 4. What is the maximum length of a vessel that can be operated under an OUPV license? A. 30 feet. B. 50 feet. C. 100 feet. D. 65 feet. 5. Which of the following vessels would require an OUPV license for operation? A. A recreational fishing boat. B. A commercial tugboat. C. A passenger vessel carrying 10 passengers for hire. D. A cargo ship. 6. What is the primary purpose of the tender rule in the OUPV regulations? A. To allow a licensed operator to assist in the maintenance of a vessel. E. To allow a tender to carry passengers for hire without an OUPV license. C. To allow a tender vessel to transport goods, but not passengers. D. To permit uninspected vessels to carry up to 12 passengers. 7. How long is an OUPV license typically valid before it needs to be renewed? A. 1 year. B. 2 years. C. 5 years. D. 10 years. 8. Which of the following best describes the sea service requirement for an OUPV license? A. Only a written exam is required. B. A minimum of 360 days of documented sea service. C. 180 days of documented sea service with no formal training. D. 90 days of documented sea service. 9. Which document is necessary to prove compliance with sea service requirements for the OUPV? A. A written reference letter from the vessel owner. B. The vessel's logbook. C. A sea service verification form signed by the captain. D. Proof of training completion. 10. What type of medical condition might disqualify an applicant from receiving an OUPV license? A. Color blindness. B. Asthma. C. Severe hearing loss. D. Back injury. 11. What is the main focus of the rules of the road in OUPV training? A. The responsibilities of passengers aboard vessels. B. The proper procedure for docking and undocking. C. The regulations governing vessel navigation and collision avoidance. D. The maintenance procedures for an engine. 12. What is the primary responsibility of an OUPV license holder when operating a vessel? A. To ensure proper functioning of all onboard machinery. B. To ensure the safety of all passengers aboard the vessel. C. To keep detailed records of crew performance. D. To monitor other vessels in the area. 13. Which of the following is an example of a regulatory compliance issue that an OUPV operator must adhere to? A. Ensuring passengers wear personal flotation devices when required. B. Using specific fuel types for vessel operation. C. Maintaining vessel inspection logs every 6 months. D. Submitting reports on vessel repairs. 14. What is the minimum manning requirement under OUPV regulations? A. The number of crew members necessary for operating a vessel based on its size. B. The number of passengers a vessel can carry without an assistant. C. The legal age for crew members aboard an OUPV vessel. D. The training required for first aid certification. 15. Which of the following safety equipment is mandatory for vessels operating under an OUPV license? A. Fire extinguishers. B. Life rafts. C. Bilge pumps. D. Helmets. 16. What type of vessel would typically be inspected for safety before it is authorized to carry passengers? A. Uninspected passenger vessels under 100 tons. B. Large cargo vessels. C. Recreational vessels with less than 10 passengers. D. Inspected passenger vessels. 17. Under OUPV rules, when should a vessel's logbook be updated? A. Once a year. B. Every time a passenger embarks or disembarks. C. Every time the vessel docks. D. Only when mechanical repairs are made. 18. Which of the following is true regarding weather-related limitations for OUPV operations? A. There are no weather-related restrictions for OUPV operators. B. OUPV operators are required to stop operations during high winds and heavy fog. C. OPV operators are allowed to operate in any weather condition if passengers are informed. D. Operators must use specific types of weather forecasting equipment while operating. 19. What does the OUPV Inland Waters Endorsement allow an operator to do? A. Operate a vessel only in coastal waters. E. Operate an uninspected vessel on the Great Lakes. C. Operate a vessel on inland waters within a specified distance from shore. D. Operate a vessel carrying passengers between international ports. 20. Which of the following situations would require an OUPV operator to have a towing endorsement? A. Towing a vessel over 100 tons. B. Towing a vessel without passengers on board. C. Towing a vessel with passengers on board. D. Towing only in calm weather conditions. 21. How many days of sea service are required for a near-coastal OUPV endorsement? A. 60 days. B. 180 days. C. 360 days. D. 720 days. 22. What is the requirement for logbooks under OUPV regulations? A. The logbook must include the number of passengers only. B. The logbook should record only the operator's work hours. C. The logbook must include vessel maintenance and safety inspections. D. The logbook is not required for vessels under 10 tons. 23. When can an OUPV operator issue a distress signal to nearby vessels? In cases of mechanical failure. B. Only during a shipwreck. C. When passengers request it. D. During adverse weather conditions without risk of harm. 24. Which of the following is an essential skill for OUPV operators to possess? A. Mechanical skills for repairing engines. E. Knowledge of vessel engine diagnostics. C. Understanding the operational limits of their vessel. D. Advanced firefighting techniques. 25. Under OUPV regulations, what is the maximum age for an operator to apply for a new license? A. 50 years old. B. No age limit. C. 65 years old. D. 60 years old. 26. What is the maximum passenger capacity for a vessel operating under the OUPV license? A. 25 passengers. B. 12 passengers. C. 50 passengers. D. 100 passengers. 27. What must an OUPV operator do if they encounter a vessel in distress? A. Only report the incident to the Coast Guard. B. Proceed with caution and assist if possible. Avoid the vessel to prevent further complications. D. Contact the vessel's owner. 28. What is the primary responsibility of the OUPV operator during a marine casualty? A. Assess the cause and file a report to the Coast Guard. B. Provide immediate first aid to injured passengers. C. Secure the vessel in a safe position and report to the local authorities. D. Proceed to the nearest harbor without stopping. 29. What type of weather-related conditions could affect the OUPV operation? A. Clear skies and calm winds. B. Heavy fog, strong winds, and rough seas. C. High humidity. D. Warm temperatures and moderate winds. 30. Which of the following best describes the role of mentoring in the context of OUPV operations? Helping new operators learn vessel operations by shadowing experienced captains. E. Providing physical maintenance training to crew members. C. Assisting with financial management on the vessel. D. Guiding passengers on their behavior during excursions. 31. Under OUPV regulations, what action should be taken when a vessel is about to encounter a storm? A. Continue operations unless the storm becomes extreme. B. Stop operations immediately and seek shelter. C. Attempt to navigate through the storm to continue to port. D. Issue a distress signal and proceed slowly.